Hello and good evening to everyone joining from Bali and from Asia, or good morning if you're joining from the United States. Welcome. My name is Dave. I'm one of the co-hosts, creator of Light Forest, together with my co-hosts Tia Pinto and Made Masak. Um, as we formally start the event now, I'll share a brief little introduction. So Light Forest is a platform for inner and planetary regeneration through workshops, through podcasts, through residencies, and through research. We imagine what it would be like to move away from our dark forest present of extraction, of violence, towards a more regenerative, interconnected, and consciousness-based light forest world. And this has been our inspiration for doing this event today. I'm going to share a brief little agenda for what we have in store for you in this 1 hour event, starting with why we're here. I think many of you in Bali are dealing with a lot of ecological crisis at this moment. Perhaps the most visible one is related to garbage burning and waste disposal. But I think even beneath that, there's a lot of shifts and changes happening as Bali starts to grow, be developed, and more tourism comes in. And globally as well, we are recognizing that we are in the midst a meta crisis of interconnected conflicts, and we are recognizing that we need to make a deeper shift, a shift at the levels of stories and culture. And so that's why we're here. And the original inspiration for this event was because we're organizing a residency called the Emerging Earth Residency, which I'll share a little bit more about. And we wanted to really integrate this with the Bali community and what's happening with Bali. So today's event, we're really lucky to be joined by Sayu Komang, who has a lot to share from her on-the-ground work on the land in Bali, and to show you some of the many regenerative, hopeful futures that are happening locally and things that we can learn from about, be more inspired about, and think and understand Balinese traditional knowledge, which is a valuable culture and something that we see as has a vital role to play in the regeneration pathways ahead. So we'll have this conversation together with Made, and we'll have time for questions and comments as well. So please use the Zoom chat function to drop your questions during the chat. We'll also have about 10-15 minutes to discuss them and respond to them. And then towards the end, we'll share a little bit of what we have in store to the Emerging Earth Residency and how that connects to traditional Balinese knowledge and the role that it can play into our present contemporary crisis. So before we go into into the conversation, I would like to invite my co-facilitator, Dia, to just ground us all in this moment and in this earth before we head off into the conversation.
Thank you, Dev. Thank you, Dia. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the session. I want to say thank you to Sayu, who never tired that I asking help to always talking about this topic. All right. So Sayu has been very close friends, very dear friends who inspire me. She is the spokesperson of the slow food community of Bibit Pusaka Bali, which is a woman seeds cultivation. And as well, her work, Sayu have been spent more than 2 decades working closely with the Bali's farmer, locals, community, forest, and then that's from there we can starting that Sayu have witnessed enormous change at the time, and I love to begin from that. So how are you, Sayu?
Hi, Made. Meet again.
Yeah.
Another
So,
Zoom.
another
Yes.
Zoom.
Yes.
We have a Zoom many times together. So yeah, we're like she's been spending a lot of times working with a lot of communities, not only in Bali but in almost in around Indonesia as the expert of the permaculture. So everyone's in here will listen our conversation with a few questions that we will talk about. So Sayu, looking at the Bali today, what are the most significant environmental change you have witnessed over 20 years of working here in this field?
Okay, so after grounding, that's actually, I'm feeling so calm and I'm reconnect because, yeah, with your question, this is actually always become my concern, become Balinese. That is many things for sure changes in Bali. That's the biggest change that I have seen in Bali currently is actually about massive disconnection. That's become Balinese. We actually have really deep connection with our land, with our people, with our ancestors. So what I have feel actually, I'm always actually use my field to talk about this. We lost our connection between our people actually. So start with this. We also start to lost the connection with the nature, with the environment, and now we also like disconnect with our livelihood. This three thing is main thing about the environment, about the people, social culture, and also with the livelihood. I'm not really like to talk about economic thing, but livelihood that will be connect with environment, with our place where we are living now. So that's why when we talk about the changing, that's three things, three connection is the biggest changing now. So yeah, in Bali we have I think everyone here know about the deep philosophy to rebuild the holistic relationship between the people, nature, and our spiritual. That's we know all about the Tri Hita Karana, and then also if we talk about agriculture, we know about the Subak system in Bali, who use this deep philosophy about the Tri Hita Karana, which that's harmonize the human, nature, and spiritual. But this time, because of the disconnection, we only remember about the discourses. We not remember that's the real practice. That's maybe our elders now still practicing that philosophy, but what I feel that's only in rituals, not really as deep spirit. So that's also what happened now when we talk about what is the change in Bali. So with that disconnection, with that we lost the spirit of the philosophy about the Tri Hita Karana and Subak, with only about rituals. Now we doing harmful to our environment. Now, if we talk about rituals, we use a lot of plastic or synthetic materials in our offering because we already disconnect. If we talk with our elders about the ancestor belief, that's actually offering is talk about the spirit, offering what we cultivate in our land. But because the disconnection with our land, we not anymore cultivate all the offering in our land, but we cultivate in the market, in the supermarket. So that's mean the rituals now not only harmful with the environment, but also harmful with our pocket actually. Because everything now with offering that's so expensive, because everything you need to buy in the market. So yeah, this connection, Made, I think that's
Right. Yeah.
really because in Bali.
Yeah, that is really starting point basically when we start to disconnect from that, right? But it also, what do you think about where is basically then the start of the gap between this information from the elders and then to the next generation, basically, to talking about sustainability or to information to generation, because we need to learn from the elders how basically they has been regenerate themselves through the knowledge, right? But now it's been like cutting by misinformation that we had. Or what do you think about the situation basically? Where is the main that you usually see as the part of okay, this is the point when we not really understand. We're talking about Tri Hita Karana, but we're not embodying it yet. So what do you think about that, Sayu?
Okay, where actually the gap? Yeah, when we talk about disconnect with our people, that's mean also the disconnect with how we share the ancestral knowledge, the indigenous knowledge about this spirit. So sometimes the information that's only showing what kind of offering that you need to offer, but not actually the meaning behind that. That's like the Canang Sari. That's not only talking about the flowers. That's not only talking about the leaf, about the pandan leaf, but that's talking about all the universe element. In that Canang Sari, that is 5 element there. So that's not talking about you have to use the hybrid marigolds, the big marigolds. That's really pretty flowers. No, that's talking about what actually you have in your land. What kind of the earth element in your land you have. So that's actually the important thing when we're talking about offering, about ritual. That is about the regeneration. That is about how you reconnect with the offering, with the rituals. So in Canang Sari, that simple thing, but we always talking that something we cannot touch. We even not really know where is that flowers come from. That's not talking about our food yet. Because if in Bali, we're talking about this connection, about that sustainability, our people, Balinese people, number 1 is offering. Number 1 is ritual. Food is number 2, maybe, or number 3. But start from that, we already disconnect with what actually or where the offering materials come from. And then actually, if we talk about the indigenous knowledge, what actually we offering, that's also edible to it. That's again the connection. So how actually with the rituals, with the offering, we also reconnect with our food. When you understand where is your offering materials come from, that's mean you know where is your food come from. So that is really relate with the food and also the offering. So yeah, if we're talking about the regeneration, about sustainability, I'm not really talk about in passive way. If you talk in passive way, that's only about reducing the damage. How only maintaining the status quo. So when you're talking about regeneration in deeper and also about the sustainability, that's in active way. What you can do that you can touch currently, not talking big thing, not
Yes.
talking about what you cannot do, but what you can do now. That's minimum, like sharing what you know about the plant, sharing
Yes.
your seeds, what you have now, the seeds from your garden. That's maybe only like local marigold seeds, but
Yes.
that means really big thing to
This is very
reconnect.
interesting, Sayu, because with this information, because I know you, we've been talking about this many times, but also for the other people, even I saw some Balinese as well join in here. Maybe it's very rare to listen the meaning as well about the offering itself, right? So this kind of conversation is not so much we have, like very often outside in general. So as you working with a lot of community, this is because regeneration itself, the word is been we talk. I mean, like so many places are talking about this, right? Especially when we need the information of regenerate ourselves too, right? To all this transfer all the knowledge and everything, and then when you work with so many communities, not only in Bali itself, from your perspective, working on the ground rather than an only theory, what does regeneration actually meaning? Is that different than sustainability? Or yeah, maybe you can give an example what is also challenge about talking about this regenerative in your experience, Sayu.
Okay, so in my perspective, in my view, and also what actually I'm agree with now and what I'm doing, regeneration, that is something you can do now, not only what you can talk, what you can explain. So that's why I'm agree with the grounding, and then use the grassroots method, how using small thing. That's, for me, regeneration, that is the action, and sustainability is the bridging.
Mm-hmm.
So how sustainability that's become bridge to make the regeneration that is happen.
Mm-hmm.
So like how you can just simple thing with seeds. Why seeds is so important? That's actually give impact to that three thing we talk about: the reconnect with the land, with reconnect with the people, and also reconnect with the livelihood. Because with seeds, you can really understand how the plant, the vegetables that's growing in the soil, and then give impact to your soil. So the seeds that give nutrition to the soil, and then also when that's growing, that give nutrition to your body, and then that's also give impact to reducing the cost. Because the farmers or us, when we making garden or planting our food, sometimes we directly go to the shop and buying the hybrid or GMO seeds. But actually, when you just simple keep your local seeds and share your seeds, that's actually talk about the in action regeneration, and then talk about the sustainability. So in my view is maybe
So
in that.
basically it's like creating a condition, and everyone can creating a condition of life that we can bring it back to the community, or simply just being thrive? Yeah.
Yes.
So is that because when we're talking about environment, so it's quite overwhelming sometimes because when we see the fact nowadays, right? Like talking about environmental challenge, it's so, yeah, it's in our mind it's like complicated. So but I know you've been spending years working alongside people who are actively restoring landscape and tradition. Yeah, could you share to us some example of a community or a local initiative that already demonstrating regenerative in practice, maybe?
Yeah, maybe now that I'm talking about the seed swap.
Yeah.
So Bibit Pusaka Bali, that is for sure, that's one of small local communities that you can maybe forming in every area. That is not like need a big community and then need big money. So sometimes when you're talking about community, that's need to have a legal entity. So for me, that's small community. That's even like 5 or 10 peoples in your village, in your area. Make something that's you can do together. That's like Bibit Pusaka Bali. That's exactly like a small community, small group with a woman in Bali, and you can create everywhere. You can replicate this system, this community in a village, in the urban area with a small group, and then you do seed saving from your garden. And then doing the seed swap. How that's actually can doing gathering and then share the agroecology knowledge. So the community not only sharing something, not only sharing about the product, but also when we talk about regeneration, we need also share the knowledge. We need to talking in the knowledge that sometimes we need to share about the culture that is built a deep culture when you're doing sharing with your community. Because in my experience, because mostly I'm working with indigenous community, not only in Bali but also other area in Indonesia. When we're talking about regeneration, about sustainability, the crucial foundation is local culture, the indigenous culture, the local wisdom. That's really important, become the foundation. So because culture, that's become for me, that's the DNA of the regeneration.
Yeah.
So when you're doing regeneration without putting the local culture, that you like sharing with the empty DNA. So without characteristic, without any unique thing, because every community have their own culture. They have their own local wisdom. So that's why really important to doing sharing also in the community. Even maybe not in your village, maybe only in your family. Sometimes in Bali we have family, but our family that's like already 100, or that's a big family. So you can make a community inside the family, and then discuss and also share the knowledge. And also if you have like some product, not only about seeds, but also maybe you have like talking about the local medicinal plants. You share about what is the traditional medicine that's actually really really good use for the family, and also about currently, like in Bibit Pusaka Bali, why this now many Balinese women have interest on this community, because we start with the ceremonial plants. Like I said before, in Bali, ceremonial and then offering rituals, that's number one. So we can come in with that issue, that's interesting issue, and then when they already have interest, we can come with other thing. Like after they got information about a ceremonial plan, because like in Bali now, many simple plant like beans, that's many kind of bean like komak, that's already really rare to find. So when we come with seed swap only with simple komak seeds, that's make people really have interest on that community. And then after that, we can talk about their family food. And then we start also talking with this community. Maybe we want to make a garden. Like in Bali, they will really interesting to making ceremonial plant garden, then talking about the food garden. So we can start with that issue, and then we can put other issue in between. So that is culture that's really important for me.
Yeah, I saw that is very interesting about when you starting to choose seeds as your media to spreading around, specifically connection to the issue that we are facing now in Bali about the flooding, and then trash burning, and then so many rice field is been changed, become a building, and then that's what we found it like so much stressful when we see all the news. And then you bring like one hope is this with this community to sharing the seeds. How believe you are with these seeds very as a door to open people reconnect to their culture, ecological connection, and then try to connect with, that's what we've been talking in the beginning, is this connection with what is really the meaning of the offering itself, or the food is connected to the food. So maybe what is also you can adding the challenge that, okay, people get the seeds, but do they actually planting it? So what has been in the, maybe you can share about what is happened in the field to us.
Okay, so with the seeds, I believe seed is our soul actually. Seed is life. And with my experience, when we working with the farmers, with the women, with the indigenous people, they always talking about specific plan. That plan for offering, that plans for medicine, that plans for food, and they sometimes stuck because no seeds. In the field, that's people will planting the plant because they need that plant. They need the plant for medicine, for offering, but sometimes the difficulties is about where they can get the seeds. And sometimes also the indigenous seeds, that's we cannot find in any shop, in any market. So that's why I'm really believe when we use seeds become medium, the soul that's become a spirit for the people. So, and yeah, this give many impact and answer many questions from the people. And yeah, the challenge is again, most of the people not really have a passion to doing seed saving. But that is my life. I love do seed saving, and I love doing meditation with seeds, and then cleaning the really tiny seeds. That's really meditative for me. So I'm always love that. So people bring one fruits, they said, it's too difficult to clean up the seeds. And I'm said, thank you, that I'm happy to get that flowers, that fruits, and then I clean up, and then after that I'm share to the people. So actually from that thing, from that activity, that's many friends coming to my house, and then actually I'm also making many events on seed saving. People also now become interested on that. So they also now get the what you call, not the passion, but actually that is the way to also release the stress. That I'm used that also become what you call therapy.
Yeah.
So seed saving now is become therapy actually, when the young generation now is called kena mental or mental illness. That's actually simple things sometimes. And cleaning the seeds, not only you clean up with your hands, sometimes you can clean up with your mouth. You can taste the pulp, and then you can see the beauty of the seeds, and many way that's actually you can give the meditative way and also therapy using the seeds and also the smells. That is but yeah, in my experience, the challenging is how to doing the seed saving. But
Yeah.
now there's many seeds. Many
Yeah.
people now come with the clean seeds. So yeah,
I
that's
think you guys now know now where to get the seeds, yeah, where the
it's
war is happening. Sayu has everything. So because that's important that I get from you, that we couldn't talking about the food sovereignty when we don't have seed sovereignty. This is like real things. We don't have the food before we have the seeds that to planting, and then to see the quality of the seeds what we have here in general and everywhere. It's very low quality of seeds. That's very interesting. So yes, everyone can drop a question, but we will go into the question and answer later. I'll see, like, because this is very interesting background of everyone who join tonight, because many people is not a farmer in here. Maybe some of them is a practitioner, educators, designers, artists, students, and from that all profession, what you can share? Where should someone start if they feel overwhelmed about this environment? So maybe you can give a tips, you like what can people actually do regardless of their profession or where they are from.
okay. So nowadays, currently, that's most of people use too many your thing, like your head only. So for me now, actually trying also how to start reconnect with your feeling. So actually start from that thing. Sometimes your intuition, your feeling, that's not logic sometimes. That's okay. So for me, start from that. That's not must everyone become farmers. No, that's I'm not ask you become farmers. Don't worry. So actually you can start from many way. So start from your feeling, from your heart, and then after that you can like reconnect. If you have land, you reconnect with your land. Start maybe small garden, even not garden. Start uh, growing one seeds. Believe me, that is good therapy. That's good meditation. Sometimes people say, "Oh, so difficult doing meditation because you should just close your eyes." Actually, that's many kind of thing you can do with meditation, with planting a seeds, and then you can enjoy. You can feel how the seeds can growing until produce your flowers, your fruits, your veggies. That will be feeling different. And then, yeah, if you have land, you can start home garden, small garden. And then maybe you can start by join local communities, get more knowledge. Maybe you lost the indigenous knowledge in your community, in your village. So start join the community, local community, asking about the culture, about the local knowledge, about the local food, about the local plant. Yeah, just enjoy the community. And then maybe you also can start by support local farmers. Maybe now you're still going to big supermarket. You cannot eat without you go to this big supermarket. Come to the traditional market, doing conversation with the farmers directly who growing their own veggies. So ask them how actually growing that cassava leaf, that sweet potato. That will reconnect you with your food. And then also maybe other thing you can start like some traditional medicine. Start using the traditional medicine when you get sick, not quick go to the apotheke. So you can start.
The pharmacy.
Yes,
We need to go to pharmacy.
that's actually many wild plant. That's actually the best medicine. Because wild plant that have the best life force and give you force, give you
Yeah.
the life force, and that's become the best medicine for your body. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually you can do.
Thank you, Sayu. I want to ask the last question, but I think I will keep it for the last closing, because it will be about Sayu's been talking already, giving a suggestion like what we can do. Do it now without you don't have to need so many equipment or tools to start, that you can just starting from yourself and try to asking your heart. All right, can I go for the question and answer if anyone wanna up the
I
hands
can I
or
can read out some of the
yes,
questions in the chat.
yes
So we have
from
a
the chat.
question from
Yeah.
Dia asking if Bali or Indonesia has any indigenous seed bank, whether it's private or government, and where we can get it from. I have a question from Jenny asking how many traditional rice varieties does Bali have? And third question from Jessica Bloom is she would love to know more about how ecological harm disproportionately impacts women, and how women are central in ecological resistance movements, and how do these movements cope with grief and hopelessness. So maybe we have two questions. One is more focused on seed banks and rice varieties, and one more on gender and the intersections with ecological crisis and grief and hopelessness, which we all feel.
Okay, so Dia, come to me. I have the seeds. And yeah, government currently, yeah, Indonesian government, what I know, now only have regulation for the hybrid seeds. So if you talk about the indigenous seeds, especially actually make connection between the ceremonial plant and the food and also the medicinal. Actually, one kind of plant in Bali, they have that three function for ceremony, for medicine, and also for food, for nutrition for your body. So maybe you can start join the Bibit Pusaka Bali WhatsApp group that sometime I'm share some information also about that. So like currently we're talking about buangit. That is one wild plant that's actually have a specific timing to grow. And also we use specific sometime in North Bali. and then that's only growing in really cold season, and that's actually the best food for our body because that can warm up our body. So yeah, that is, we can talk. And also in some village, local people, especially women, that's actually talking for the next question. Women, in my experience, naturally, they will doing seed saving locally. Usually, they keep the seeds in the top of the apa perapian ya, in the kitchen when you cook. So
So we
usually,
have a fire pit, yeah.
yes,
We cook with the wood fire, and they will hanging there, yeah.
yeah, and usually I found the local indigenous seeds in the remote area and introduced by women. So the connection, actually, the people who really have a role on ceremony, food, and also even for Mother Earth is Mother, woman. And also, actually, when we're talking about seeds, one time I'm talking with one woman, seeds is like what, Janine? That is a baby still in your
Embryo.
stomach. Embryo, yeah. So that's mean, actually, when we talk seeds, that's really connect with woman and connect with the Mother Earth. So that's have connection. So that's why also the Mother Earth, they also have the other 4 elements, not only about the earth element. So that's why when you talk about seeds, seeds also, the main element is fire, but inside the seeds, they also have like the earth, the water, and the air element. So all element, complete element that you can find in the seeds, that's also happened in Mother Earth, in your land. So yeah, that connection really strong, actually, when we talk about the seeds, and also when we talk about the agriculture and then the plant. That's not only talking about the seeds, but also that's talking about how the human being you can find also in the plant, in the whole plant. So the roots, that's if you know about the anthroposophy, that is, some people here, I'm sure, that's already familiar with that. So when we talk about the woman, and then about the people, that's really connect with what happened in this universe, with the, like, how ecological harm you
Continue, Sayu.
talk about disproportionately. So the impact, that's mostly what happened in this universe. Whatever you're doing harming with the Mother Earth, that's mean you're doing harm to the woman.
Yeah.
That is the main apa namanya, pengaturan, the main control in your body, even in woman, that's in your stomach, in your apa namanya, rahim,
Womb.
womb.
The womb. Yeah.
Yes, the womb, that is the central. That's why when you're doing harming to the universe, that's mean you're doing harming to woman apa tadi? Womb.
The womb. Yes.
Yes.
So
So
where the life is starting.
yes. So
Yeah. All right.
that is
Yes. Thank you.
when you're talking about the woman and the ecological harm.
Yes. All right. Maybe I can share also the who want to join to the Bibit Pusaka.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
getting
you, Mbak Eka.
interesting.
Yes, Langgatan in Balinese.
Yes. And as well, maybe okay, we will have the running
Sorry,
out of time.
sorry, there's
Yeah,
one more
what we can
question
do
that
is we
Yeah.
can
We
share a
can
little bit about the residency, and we can come
Oh,
back to your final question too.
Yes, yes.
So be quick.
Okay.
there's also a question about rice.
Yeah, there is the
oh,
asking
okay.
about
Yes,
the type
the
of rice.
traditional rice. That's
Yeah.
I'm asking with my father. So actually, I'm come from a farmer's family. That's actually my father know that's around 12 kind of traditional rice in Bali. But now that's only around 4 or 5 that still exist. And that's really difficult to find. So from 12, that's only 4 now. Hopefully that's good. Can give
Yeah. We
answer.
also anyone who been in this join of this talk can join to the Bibit Pusaka Bali WhatsApp group to talking about all the seeds, and that's continue to keep connect to Sayu as well in there. So Dev, you wanna direct to this before I closing? Should I close first the talk, or you wanna explain the residency?
Yeah, you can close it, and then I'll move into the
All right.
residency then.
Okay then. Even though there is few question, maybe sorry about that, but we
What
will
we can do
continue.
is
Yeah.
we can follow up the questions on email.
Yes.
We'll sort of
Yes.
group the questions and we'll
Yeah.
respond to everyone on email. So don't worry, all the questions will get
Yes.
answered and we'll keep the communication going.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mas Ayu. So for tonight, it's very interesting conversation because there's a lot of actually going deep with Balinese tradition. We should have more conversation about this connection of Balinese tradition and bring it to the connect of the ecological, and then which is that's regeneration is not only restoring ecosystem, but it's also restoring relationship between people, culture, and the land itself. So yeah, that was the conversation tonight. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, Sayu, and the experience with us today. So I give it back to Dev and Dia, please.
Yes, echo Made's statements. Thank you so much, Sayu. I think what you said on seed really is sitting deep in the belly and something that we all need to go and reconnect further into. So because of time, we'll move very quickly and keep it to a quick sharing. And then actually, Sayu left us with the perfect segue into really what this whole event and this program is all about, which is how to take action. Sayu talked about the need to get out of the mind, to open to intuition, to lead with the heart, to join communities. And these are some of the feelings and insights that have also motivated us to organize this event and to also plan a residency in Bali this August. So, in a few months at the Batu Karu Coffee Estate, where we've designed a program designed for people to really reimagine our relationship with the earth through traditional Balinese knowledge and futures thinking for a flourishing Bali and for a flourishing self. And so we're really excited to be able to open this into people in Bali. We've got a 4-day program which is designed specifically to do this. We've got a day dedicated to Bali Connection, which Made will lead, where we will forage in the forest, have some talks and discussions with local experts like Sayu and Made and others around subak systems and how these traditional Balinese scripts have helped and allowed people to live in relationship to the land. So this is going to give us really that kind of knowledge that we need, that we've been missing, and then move into stillness, learn how to tap into intuition, which Dia will lead, where we will do the thing that modern life doesn't really allow us to do, which is to get quiet and to really listen to ourselves, listen to the earth deeply, and then finally end in a futures workshop where we'll have a chance to take some of the insights that we've gotten from this stillness and Bali connection into what we can see as like a way for us to act, a way for us to have a vision for Bali. So this is a very custom methodology that we've been creating specifically for regeneration. Leading into intuition and leading into heart is something that really is much more than an intellectual exercise. It's something about being embodied. And so we found a beautiful place at the Batu Karu estate, and we've engineered this journey that will allow us to connect to ourselves, learn more about Balinese traditional knowledge, and futures thinking, which is a particular method for us to deeply engage into the present. And so we can remember this right narrative and story for, around seed, around living in connection to the earth. We can practice connecting to the earth the next day and to release the old stories and narrative that sit with us. And then futures thinking allows us to take that insight and that knowledge into form, into action, into a vision for what a transformed Bali could look like. And we hope that there will be a chance for communities, a chance for new ideas to emerge. And so this is something that Made, Dia, and myself, three of us bring three very different experiences and knowledge streams into the program. And we're really excited to share this with the Bali audience. Very briefly, I will share the ways that you can join. We have options for sharing as a private room or a shared room. And we've got an early bird discount that lasts until July 1st. And you can apply via the website, which will also send you an email if you haven't checked it out already, where you can set up a call with us and confirm your spot. And just to be fully transparent, this is something we're doing not for profit. 90% of the participation goes completely towards the cost of the residency, accommodation, and food. And so really we wanted to create a space which is something that doesn't really exist out there, a space where we can connect to ourselves and connect to the earth, but also move that into discussion, into action, into creation. So this is something that we really feel Bali and all of us are yearning for. And we're really excited to bring this. This is something we started, Light Forest started this in 2025 in Chiang Mai, where we had a gathering similar to this, working on planetary health. We had a workshop earlier this year in Bangalore, where we put out a vision for Bangalore as a regenerative civilizational lighthouse. And so really we're looking at place-based action, so we can start to gather local communities and really start to regenerate, starting with ourselves, because that's where we feel is the most strongest point of action. So yeah, these are just some of our partners, but I welcome you to check out the website and reach out to us. We'd love to have a conversation with you and love to make this possible. We hope that we will also have some special guest experts joining as well from Bali. So with that, I will just thank everyone for joining. And thank you so much again, Sayu and Made, for facilitating this really excellent conversation. We have a lot of questions in the chat, which is awesome. I see a WhatsApp group to join, Bibit Pusaka. We'll circulate everything in the email, we'll circulate the recording, and we'd love to keep this communication and dialogue going. You can follow us on Substack or on Instagram, and we hope to see many of you in Bali online or in-person gatherings. So with that, thank you everyone and have a wonderful rest of the evening. Goodbye.